course. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So I'd like to just ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
So we'll just get right to the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so thank you for joining me.
Anytime.
We're going to be starting off right away.
Okay.
So, have you ever farted and noted that it actually smelled kind of good because there was, you know, a hint of what you just ate?
Probably no, definitely no.
It's actually neat. I read about that, and the science is you're more inclined to your own farts than others because you're accustomed to the smell.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have. I feel like that's more of like a male tendency. So, I can't say that I have.
Alright, sexist. What would you, this is a common question, what would you estimate the diameter of your urethra to be?
What is that?
You know, the tube in your penis through which urine goes through.
Can we restart? No, I can't restart. This is up for it. Probably like a sixth of a centimeter, probably.
Respectable.
Is that small? I don't know. It's pretty.
Probably maybe a millimeter. Around that area.
Someone else had a bigger one, I think.
Yikes. Well, average diameter of your urethra is about 0.44 millimeters, so I guess it's around average.
Yeah. A lot of people who answer that said that theirs was larger than average.
Ah.
What do you hate about your favorite color?
I hate that it doesn't match a lot of stuff.
Makes sense.
My favorite color is red, and the thing is, it's always linked with aggression. So I say my favorite color is red, and people are like, "Oh, you're the angry person." I'm like, "No, that's not right."
Well, my favorite color is yellow, and I hate mustard, so I guess it's like bad mix.
How would you feel about parents deciding if that their newborn infant is transgender?
Like, how would they react or how would they feel?
How would you feel if a newborn child was determined by their parents to be transgender? So they decided for the kid.
I wouldn't like it because the kid should definitely have his or her own choice, and the parents shouldn't delegate that.
Why?
Because it's like their freedom to do that, not the parents. We live in the U.S., so our parents don't really, their parents help us, but they don't make big decisions like that for us, usually.
All right.
I feel like it's not their decision at that time. And I don't think it's their decision in general.
Why do you think that?
I feel like during the developmental process of a kid, you seriously mess with their psyche if you put them through something like that. So I understand if a kid decides to make that decision later in their life, but during the developmental cycle when it doesn't molt fully until 25, so it's difficult to make that decision too early because you might really mess with something.
The parents decide instead of the child. I feel like I completely support transgender, but I think that it should be like the individual's decision and not like the parents in any way. So I guess that I would be against the parents deciding that, for or against.
Right. What would your reaction to seeing a billy goat in the restroom be equivalent to your reaction upon finding a caterpillar in there?
No.
Yeah.
it would not be the same.
A billy goat in the restroom, are we talking like a hostile one?
Just one that.
Just kind of standing there?
Yeah, just kind of standing there, maybe
I don't
chewing
know.
on the
I
toilet.
feel like my trip to Saudi Arabia had gone a bit bad, but other than that, I feel like it'd be fine.
I'd have to say seeing a goat in the bathroom would be a little different than me seeing a caterpillar. I wouldn't run away from said goat, but I would definitely try to get it out of the bathroom. While the caterpillar, I might just leave alone.
Have you ever been in a relationship that ended badly?
Yes.
Who was it with?
Come on, man. No.
All right.
Alright.
Why did it not work out?
I would say multiple reasons that
Such
I
as?
do not feel like explaining, but maybe I'll figure it out sometime.
Would you still say that you find them attractive?
No.
Are you jealous of their new partner, or do you even know if they're with anyone?
No, I'm not jealous.
Did you two plan out what your kid's names would be?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a relationship that ended badly?
The one I was in didn't end too badly.
Well, it was one that ended up less desirable than.
Less desirable? The one relationship I was in ended kind of, kind of just fizzled out. A few long-term problems that didn't get solved. So,
Right.
learn a bit, grow a bit.
Who was it with?
Someone in college.
So you've been to college.
No, I haven't been to the campus. Someone in college now. She was a senior.
Why did it not work out?
She started getting into drug use. I don't know about that, so
Would you still say that you find them attractive?
No.
Do you know if they're in a relationship now?
I don't care. I don't really keep track of her anyways, so.
Did you two do anything like plan out what you would name your kids in the
No,
future?
none of that. I always said that, hey, when you go to college, this is it. There's too much separation there.
Have you ever been in a relationship that ended badly?
Yes.
Who was it with?
No comment.
Well, why did it end badly?
I just don't think that it was the right time for either of us to be in a relationship at all. So I think that's why it ended so badly.
Was this in preschool?
No. Oh yeah. Those kindergarten scarred hearts. Absolutely.
Would you say that you still find them attractive?
I could say yes. Yeah, I still do.
Are you jealous of their new partner?
I'm in a relationship now, so I guess I can't really say that I'm jealous of them.
Are they jealous of their new partner? The person you're in a relationship now? Are they jealous of your ex's partner?
I don't think so.
Did you plan out what you would name your kids? Did you think that far ahead into it?
No, I don't really think about that stuff.
Who would you argue to be the most patriotic person? Benedict Arnold or Adolf Hitler?
Benedict Arnold.
That's wrong.
Both of them were horrible, horrible individuals. For America, that is. But one of them actually lived in America. So Arnold wins by, I guess, residence.
Right. I would have gone with Hitler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Adolf Hitler stood for his own point instead of his own country, and I think that Benedict Arnold stood for his country instead of a movement, kind of like Adolf Hitler did with Nazism. So I guess Benedict Arnold stood for America, while Hitler stood for Nazism.
That's incorrect. Why do you think people are offended by the word retard?
Because it's a classification and people use it more nonchalantly now. And so I feel like people who know a person like that has like a mental illness like would take offense to that. So
It's turned into a descriptor of actually disabled people, which I think is a use that should still be used today, into a slur. Not really a slur. What would you call it?
Awesome, thank you.
It has a negative air about it, but I still feel like that using it in its described definition shouldn't be an issue.
I think it has a negative connotation to it because there's still like, I think that there's still people that are slow of the mind. Technically, in medical terms, they are mentally retarded. So I think that anyone who's called retarded kind of gets put on a lower level and it makes them feel lower.
This is kind of, a gossipy route. When do you plan on coming out as gay?
I don't.
You don't? You're just going to keep it bottled inside?
I'm not gay.
Are you sure?
Yes, I have a girlfriend.
Okay. So this one's kind of like a kind of gossipy one.
Gossip.
Yeah, we can cut this one out if you want. But when do you plan on coming out as gay?
Never. I'm not really gay.
You're sure you're just not bottling it up?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at you now, and I'm just not really feeling it. So.
Well, I'm not that innocent. So this one's kind of gossipy. When do you plan on coming out as lesbian?
Well, man, beat me to it. I was gonna do it tonight, but I guess not.
Oh, we'll hold the footage then.
Okay.
According to statistics, people wearing glasses and having their hair combed over to their right are considered incredibly undesirable. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. You're probably gonna have to ask a girl that question.
Okay. But if you were a girl, why would you say that?
Probably, I don't know, maybe because girls like need guys, I guess, or I don't know. You're probably gonna have to. I really can't answer that for you.
Okay, so according to statistics, people with blonde curly hair are considered incredibly undesirable.
Really?
Yeah.
Blonde curly hair.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I feel like the curly hair put on a blonde sense is, I don't know, it just doesn't work. The combinations, normally you see a darker hair with a more curl, and blonde hair is so straightened. Like if you look at most, well, I take that back. There's some girls with blonde hair. Are we talking blonde curly hair in the sense of a guy's wearing it or a girl's wearing it? A guy's curly blonde hair. Well, a guy's hair, normally when it's shorter, will be straight because that's more masculine. And so when a person has straight, short, curly hair, it's already a -1, and the lighter color is a weaker color. So the blonde, curly hair makes them just, it doesn't really add up. You normally see a darker curly hair, and that makes a lot more sense.
According to statistics, people with braces, blonde hair, and blue eyes are considered incredibly undesirable. Why do you think that is?
Well, the whole braces thing, you get like food in your teeth sometimes, so it happens, blonde hair, we're all dumb anyways, blue eyes, I mean, it's just not cute, I guess.
So, what communist country do you sympathize with the most?
Cuba, because most of the people weren't in favor of communism. It was kind of placed on them.
I only know one, and I don't really sympathize with them, so I guess by default, old Russia, because I don't know any other country that practiced communism.
Interesting. So, would you have been, do you think, one of those blacklisted Hollywood 10 people then?
What?
Would you have been one of the blacklisted Hollywood 10 people, when the Supreme Court was hunting out communist sympathizers? Would you have been
I definitely
on that
think
list?
if I'd gotten into the wrong crowd and there'd been a vet against me, not a vet against me, because was to take actual questioning, in which a person would find out, hey, he doesn't really like this system, he doesn't think it worked. But if there was someone I'd gotten bad with, such as a high-ranking official that wanted me taken down, I feel like I definitely would have been put on that list as a means of, on the down low, just taking someone down because you don't like them.
Excuse me for a second. Which communist country do you sympathize with the most?
I guess, I don't know, can I have a few options? Maybe like North Korea or something.
So you're pro North Korea.
I'm not pro North Korea, but I guess I could sympathize with them the most since they're the most prevalent, and they only like really just worship like Kim Jong-un. So, right on, buddy.
So you encourage Kim Jong-un's movements.
I do not, but I'm saying if you took away all the bad things he's doing in North Korea, then I can understand his like narcissistic viewpoints, kind of.
What if I were to tell you that you would look very sexy with a mullet?
I would say thank you.
So what's up?
Really long phone.
Sorry about that. What if I were to tell you that you would look really sexy with a mullet?
A mullet?
Yes.
I'd say you're living in the 80s.
I would ask. I don't actually really know. I've never pictured myself with a mullet, so I can't really sympathize with that.
But you can sympathize with North Korea. How do you feel about the school system, the educational system?
College or high school?
In general, for the overall country.
I feel like for the U.S. it's pretty bad because we're not even in the top 10 in the world. So
What do you think could be done to change it?
I feel like it starts from the top and it works down through the students. So I feel like our leadership needs to change and it will work throughout the teachers. And I feel like we need a whole new way of teaching.
Such as?
More engagement, more like involvement, not necessarily like.
This country?
Educational system?
Yes.
Give kids that have high intellect more opportunities to expand and to go forward. And give people with poor intellects not only some assistance, but some hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put hope into a kid that thinks they can't do it, it's amazing what they'll achieve.
Sympathize with the narcissistic viewpoints that he has, but maybe not the entire system.
How do you feel about the school system?
It depends what aspect.
Let's say standardization of
Standardization.
the material.
I don't think it should be as standardized. I think that states should be able to say, like, okay, well, we're going to do this differently than, say, California, who's across the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that it should be less standardized and more personalized in a way. So,
Right. All right. So it appears to me that a lot of feminists wear button-up collared shirts, and that style is called wife beater. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It doesn't really affect me. I mean, if they want to wear a shirt, they can wear a shirt.
What are your thoughts on, a lot of feminists to be more unisex are wearing, like button-up shirts with collars and whatnot. That particular style can be called wife beater shirts. What do you think of that?
Sorry, could you go into a bit more detail?
Well, the style of shirt back in if you look into the terminologies, it's kind of died out now, as you can tell why. But
What kind of shirt? I don't really know what it is.
it's a collared shirt and has
Collared
it
with buttons
up.
all the way down?
Yes.
I'm not allowed to dress like that. Why should I care what another person wears?
Do you appreciate the irony of the shirt being called that while being worn by a feminist?
It's a shirt. It could have all the biases in the world, but a shirt doesn't mean people out. It's the people behind the premise. So if someone wears a shirt, that's their own decision.
What are your thoughts on? So the style of a button-up collared shirt is referred to as a wife beater. What do you think about the fact that that's common feminist attire?
See, the interesting thing is that wife beaters are usually like a different kind of knit tank top. So those aren't usually like button downs. I guess those are just
So
called.
you're correcting me? Are you
Well,
saying my sources aren't good?
Yes,
Maybe you should conduct the interview.
I might.
You might. Well, what's your questions?
I don't have any prepared.
I guess I'm back in control again. How do you feel about Sasquatch being referred to by the racial term Bigfoot? Do you feel that that's unjust? What are your...
No, I do not think that's unjust.
You know? So you'd be fine with referring to all Wookiees as Chewbacca, even though there's only one Chewbacca.
When you put it that way, no, because you're like putting a name on a group of people.
How do you feel about Sasquatch being referred to by the racial slur Bigfoot?
This is a very, very difficult problem in this community.
That's right.
And I hope that in the end, we'll be able to put an end to this radical, unfortunate use of such offensive terminology. That was all sarcasm.
Oh, this isn't a joking matter, a serious problem. How do you feel about Sasquatch being referred to by the racial slur Bigfoot?
I don't know how that's racist.
So, you're saying that it's okay to call Sasquatch Bigfoot?
Yes.
Would you say that it's okay to happen upon a Wookiee and say, hey Chewbacca, even though it's not Chewbacca?
Well, that's wrong.
So,
But it's different. Because Star Wars is technically a fictional character. And, well, they're all fictional characters, but
so you're saying you don't even acknowledge Sasquatch as a thing?
I think it's a myth.
Alright, so you guys need one
My
of these.
final
Don't
question.
worry, it doesn't matter, it's been written on. And then you need a pencil.
What is your name again?
Chris,
Thank you for your time.
Jacqueline, in here.
This is the big one, the final one.
Big Kupa.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. What was your name again? Well, thank you, Taylor.
It's been a pleasure on here. Everybody go watch his show Thursdays at 8.
That's right. After all the children go to bed.
After all the... I don't know about... At 8?
At 8, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
If the parents being responsible.
Yeah, fair enough. Are we starting a lawnmower?
No, I was thinking of something else. Sorry. This is the big question, the final question of the interview. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Gabrielle.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Oh, okay.